Hi there, and welcome to episode 4 Stacking Up Snowballs and Side Hustles The Art of Passionate Income. Thank you for being here. And first of all, I'm going to have you come on a little journey with me. So I'm going to have you close your eyes. It is Monday morning. You wake up at 6 a.m. tired, and you dread going to work. You drink your coffee, you leave at 7 a.m., and you commute an hour in mad traffic to get to the office by 8. You work for 8 hours in a job that you hate, and you get 1 hour for lunch. You might get lunch with a colleague, or more likely, you can eat at your desk. At 5 p.m., you head back home and sit in mad traffic for another hour, and by the time you get home around 6 p.m., you are exhausted. You might exercise a little bit, or more likely, you jump on the couch, you get a quick dinner before going to bed. And you do this for 50 years until you're 65, and then you retire. Yes, finally you get to do what you want to do in life, and you can tap into your retirement savings. Amazing. Except, you have never really had time to figure out who you are outside of work. And so when you retire, you really don't know what you like and what you don't like. Maybe you like to travel, or pick up scuba diving, or something else amazing, but you never tried it before. But your health at 65 is getting worse, and it's harder to move because of your bad knee or bad joint or some pain that you have. So you skip the travel and anything that is very physical. It's like you finally have the money when you are too old to enjoy it. Also, since the stock market took a dive right before you retired, you only have about 70% of what you thought you had available after retirement, so you are back to pinching pennies again. You feel old, and you stick around in the circles you've known all your life, and then everybody around you starts dying. Welcome to the American dream. If that scares the hell out of you, then you have come to the right place. 'Cause that is not life. I used to be in that rat race for 15 years. I was an investment banker. I worked on average 60 hours a week. My friends were from work. I spent all of my time at work. I was making good money, but every time my income increased, so did my expenses. I ignored my relationships. I was not happy, and I was surrounded by miserable people who were complaining 24/7. And so was I. But not only that, but when I picked what I went to study in school, I didn't pick what I was interested in. I picked what I thought could make me the most money, which was finance. So I was stuck in a job that I didn't really like. I was doing stuff that I wasn't really interested in, and my life felt like hell. And towards the end, my body started getting sick. And at that point, I said, enough. And had I not decided to change my life right there and then, I would still be there doing that same miserable job, or I would be dead, more likely dead. Based on Gallup 2019 survey, 85% of people with full-time jobs hate their jobs. Wow, 85%. So I don't know. You might be in this position right now where you feel like you're stuck in a job that you don't like, or who knows, maybe you got laid off with COVID, crisis, etc. I don't know. But why do we stick with jobs that we hate? That makes no sense. Actually, it does, because most of us are taught early on that careers are all about trading time for money. So you trade your time for money, and that's it. And that is the only option you have, unless you're born into wealth and you have riches that you didn't have to work for. And we're also taught that either you have a career that you don't like, but you make a great living at it, or a good living at it. Parents love this one. Or you're taught that, or you end up doing what you love, but you can barely make ends meet, and you're miserable because you just can't pay the bills, or financially you're doing financially things are tough. I am here to tell you that you do not have to pick one or the other, and you do not have to compromise. So let's talk about passionate income. So passive income you've heard about. So it's you're making money while you sleep, or you're laying at the beach in the Bahamas and the bank checks keep on coming. If you have enough passive income, it means you stop trading your time for money. And passive income is creating products based on your intellectual property in your head that adds value to people and that you can sell unlimited number of times for decades to come. So that could be books, that could be online courses, that could be music, that could be photos, that could be designs. But over time, if you stack these passive income sources, you can actually replace the income from your job with these sources. But it is not a get-rich scheme. Get rich quick. It is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It is a process. So let's talk about process versus outcome. What you see in the news is always the outcome. 25-year-old entrepreneur sold his company for $30 million and retired before he was 30. Yes. Or an athlete got signed to a $10 million contract with this and that professional sports team, and they're set for life. This is what you see in the news, this is what you read, and that is the outcome. What you never see is the process that led there. So you do not see how many years the entrepreneur had to work day and night and to get his product ready, and had to eat nothing but ramen because they had nothing else. They couldn't afford anything else. Or with the athlete, you do not see the 4 a.m. workouts that they had to put in every single day for years and years and years to get to where they are, and missing out on life and events because of practice. So you don't see the process, you only see the outcome. And that's why we as a society are addicted to easy money and things coming easy to us. But if you want the outcome, you must go through the process. And to stick with the process, you have to like what you're doing, because otherwise you just won't do it. And even if you do it, you won't stick with it because it just feels like another miserable thing you have to do. So this is where passionate income comes into play. Passive income becomes passionate income when you have fun doing the things that build you additional income streams. So pick something that you're interested in and what sounds like fun. And you don't even have to be good at it initially, because if you keep on doing it and if it's fun for you, you will keep on getting better. So the two most important things about passionate income is you have to provide value to people, and you have to love the process, because otherwise you won't stick with it. So you doing a YouTube video of you picking your nose? No, that is not providing value to people. Think a little bit deeper. So let's talk a little bit about what passionate income sources there are. So if we take the approach of, okay, do what you love doing. So let's say that you like writing. So the first obvious category in this area is, for example, books. So you have physical books, you have electronic books, you have audiobooks. And with that, if you write a book once, you have 3 ways of monetizing that same book for decades to come. And you have to create the book once, and you can keep on selling that book forever. So then you have a couple of options. You can either go with a publisher, or you can self-publish. If you want to go with the publisher, first of all, you need a large following of people, because the publishers will only be interested in signing you if they know you already have a large audience, so that they don't have to invest that much money in marketing the book. The other thing is that if you sign with a publisher, they own the book and they have a creative control over everything. They also get most of the profit, and you get royalties based on every single sale. So when the publisher owns the book, that also means that you cannot create any spin-off projects on the first book without their permission. So they own all of the rights. And with the publishers, you might get an 8% royalty rate on a paperback deal. So let's say the publisher sells your paperback book for $10, you would get maybe 80 cents from every single sale. So they keep most of the profit. And even if you have a publisher, you will still have to market the book. You still have to do a lot of the marketing on your own. They may help you a little bit, but don't count on them doing everything. So these days, what's the option? So the other option is self-publishing. So, for example, Amazon Kindle is the largest ebook publisher. So you can self-publish on Amazon, and you can create the book, you can write the book on your computer, you can upload it directly into the Amazon site, and then you can sell it from there. And if you price your book between $2.99 and $9.99, right now you will get 70% of the profits of every single book you sell. So if you sell a book for $10, you get $7 profit from every single book for decades to come. And you can create any spin-offs or other products that you want. And hell, if you don't want to write the book yourself, you can hire a ghostwriter to write it for you. And so self-publishing and electronic books are an easy way to start exploring this particular passionate income stream. And then, of course, after the book is out, you have to spend time marketing it. So you can make appearances, you can go as a guest on a podcast, you can write articles, you can talk about it on your social media channels, you can do YouTube videos, you can do webinars about the book, etc. So you can keep on building your influence, and with that, the audience for your book will also grow. So let's talk about the third category of books. So we have audiobooks. So you all know the largest audiobook distributors are Audible, audiobooks.com, iTunes, etc. The production process for audiobooks is a little bit more complicated because audiobooks have to be produced to industry standards. So unless you have a well-insulated recording studio and training in audio engineering, you would most likely want to hire a narrator, a professional narrator, and a producer to do the production part, so that you have a voice that suits the product or your book, and then you have a producer who can produce the voice talents, voice to the audio standards required for the audiobooks on Audible, for example. So there's a little bit of an extra cost that you will have to bear, but if you create an audiobook version of your book, you can get 40% of the royalties coming to you on exclusive deals. And that assumes you have paid upfront for the producer and the narrator, so that they have been paid off, and then you get all of the 40% of the royalties on the back end. Or if you do not have the extra money to pay the producer and the voiceover talent upfront, you can do a royalty share deal with them, whereby from every sale you get 20% and they get 20% of the sales price. And that way they will get compensated for their work over time, just like you. So let's say that you have an exclusive deal with Audible for an audiobook. selling for $15, you would get about $6 in royalties for every single sale. So that is not bad for a work you wrote once and recorded once, and you can sell it forever. So let's quickly talk about what you should write about. So I would not recommend writing the biography of your grandmother unless she was super extraordinary, because that probably has a smaller market than something else. So the motto in this area is solve problems and do research on what people are looking for. So you can research on YouTube. YouTube has a predictive algorithm whereby if you start typing a sentence, it basically guesses based on what is most sought after. It tells you, okay, this is probably what you're going to be searching for. The other source is answerthepublic.com, which has what are people searching for these days, right now. And you can also think about what topics are trending right now. And research what problems people have that you are uniquely qualified to solve. So for example, you don't have to write the next Harry Potter. If you're a plumber, you could write a do-it-yourself guide, do-it-yourself plumbing guide for homeowners. Or if you're a massage therapist, you could write a book on self-care for massage therapists and how to avoid injuries. Or if you had debt and you got out of it, how did you do it? Or how to create an amicable divorce when there's children involved. If you have done that, there are people who are going through that right now and do not know what to do, so maybe you can help them. Another example, for example, is, okay, if you book, let's say you're writing a book on raw food diet for parrots. There's probably not that horribly many, there's probably not thousands of books about diets for parrots. But even if there are, if your book goes into more detail than any other book on what parrots should be eating, what food is good for them, etc., your book will become the Bible in that particular niche, and every parrot owner will buy your book because it has the most information, and they will recommend it to their friends who own parrots. So with that, your book will have more longevity and will get more recommended through referrals. The other thing you can do is also read through the reviews of existing books in whatever area you are interested in writing about, and see what people like and what people think are missing in the books that they read, because then maybe you can address whatever was missing in the other books. So do some research before you start writing, and definitely write what you know. Don't try to, even if you find a cool topic, if you don't know anything about it, maybe that is not the way to go. So we've talked about if your passion is writing. What if your passion is doing videos and things like that? So then your options, or some options you have, are, for example, online courses. You can monetize the intellectual property in your head and create an online course where you can teach other people how to learn the skills that you have. So if you have expertise and passion in a particular topic, create an online course and teach others how to do it. So how to quit smoking, or how to cook with cannabis, or how to age backwards, or how to exercise your face. There are courses available on all of these particular topics, and these courses were created by people who were super passionate about that particular niche, and they have found audiences that are also super passionate about that particular niche, and these courses are selling. You can also create courses on skills or disasters that you have gone through in life. So, for example, how to deal with an alcoholic spouse, or how to, I don't even know, how to talk to your friends about cancer, or I don't know. But particular disasters that you have gone and overcome in your life that you know other people are going through and could use help with. So that's another thing that you could create an online course for. And these days, if you go to different online course sites, you can find courses on absolutely anything: animation, design, negotiation skills, voiceover work, NLP, illustration, coding, photography, writing, film, cocktail piano, SEO optimization. And courses I've seen can range from anywhere from 45 minutes to 40 plus hours. So it totally totally depends on the topic, and you can go to the various course sites like Udemy or Skillshare, etc., and look what's there and see if there's anything there that you feel like, oh, they don't have a course on this, and this is what I can do. That might be a good idea to create a course for. And of course, there's a little bit of initial work that goes into the course creation. It's not an overnight thing. You have to create the curriculum, you have to shoot the videos, but then once the course is complete and it's done, you can monetize that same piece of the same online course until you die. And you have various different ways of hosting the course. So you can host it on your own website, or you can host it on Udemy or other online course provider. And what a lot of entrepreneurs do, if they have recently created a course, they might keep it on their own website initially, so that they can get more of the revenues from the course into their own pocket. And then once that course is a little bit older and the entrepreneur has new products that they have brought into their website, they can then maybe have another course provider site host the old courses, so that they can still have revenue coming in, but they don't actively have to do much for the old course, but it's still available for purchase. So a couple of sites are Udemy and Skillshare, and there's a bunch of other sites. And think about how people right now especially are learning more and more online. We have been stuck in our homes for several months now, and people have completely gotten used to doing everything from their home and from their computer. Also, if you think about education, right now, in order to get a university education bachelor's degree, you'd have to pay between $100,000 and maybe $250,000 to get a degree, when all of the information really these days is available online. So people are learning and looking for more and more information online, so you could be the person providing it. So think about, what intellectual property do I have in my head that I can teach to others? All right, let's talk about YouTube. So with YouTube monetization can be a very lucrative way to monetize your skills. But at the first, in order to monetize your YouTube channel, you have to build your influence first. So again, like all the other things, it takes upfront work. So first you build your influence, and then you can monetize your YouTube channel through ad revenue once you have at least minimum 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of videos that have been watched. Then YouTube will at some point send you a notice you can be part of the partnership program, and then you can get ads on your YouTube videos, where you can then get ad revenue for every video that you release. The second way that you can monetize YouTube videos is through affiliate marketing. And this does not require that you have X number of subscribers or X number of hours watched. because you can start, as soon as you start a YouTube channel, you can theoretically start monetizing through affiliate links. So you can make income from product reviews, product comparisons, tutorials on how to use a particular software or product. So let's say, for example, for me personally, for example, before I buy any product, I usually go on YouTube and I look at reviews of people who have bought that product before to see, okay, did they like it? What was good? What was bad? Etc. So that I have an independent voice on whether somebody else liked the product or not. Oftentimes also, I want to I'm battling between this product or that product, and if somebody has a YouTube video that compares the two products, like this camera and that camera, I will watch it just to get feedback on what did they think was better, which one should I get. So if you have YouTube videos that review products, you can easily then put affiliate links in the video and in the comment section, and then if people click on that link through your affiliate link, then you get a payment that is a percentage of the purchase price that customer bought through your affiliate link. So when you start a YouTube channel, keep that in mind, or if you have a YouTube channel, keep that in mind and think about how you could use affiliate marketing to monetize your videos. And so, for example, Amazon has an affiliate program, and let's say that you watched a product review of a $25 tripod that I bought for my YouTube video setup, and you watched it 8 a.m. this morning. You clicked on the affiliate link, and then you didn't do anything. You decided to do something else. You went to the beach for the day. You come back in the evening and you realize that your TV is broken. And you go to Amazon and you buy a TV. Because Amazon cookies last for 24 hours, and because my affiliate link was the last link you clicked, I will get a percentage payment on your purchase of that TV just because you clicked on my link earlier that day. So I made a video about a tripod, and I am getting a much larger payment for a TV that you bought just because you clicked on my affiliate link, and Amazon remembers for 24 hours. If the client hasn't clicked on anybody else's affiliate link, I get the payment. So this is if you have a lot of different videos on your site, like you can get paid for things that you never knew anybody even bought. So let's say that writing and videos are not your thing. So let's talk about a couple of other passionate income streams. So one is royalties. So music copyrights, for example. I'm a songwriter, and I have been writing for probably, 15 years by now, maybe. Can't even remember. And because I love the process, I'm gonna keep on doing it. And so far, songs that I have wrote have been played over 5 million times on different streaming platforms and with various bands and in various genres. And every time a song that I wrote gets played anywhere, I get a royalty payment. And those payments will last for the next probably 120 years or thereabouts. So it's 5 years after the death of the last writer. So if I keep on writing, and if my songs keep on getting played, my passionate income from royalties will keep on increasing every year. Another royalty stream that you might want to take advantage of is photography. If you like taking photos, you can put your photos on Shutterstock or iStock Photo or another site like that. And if you upload your photo there, every time a client of that site downloads your photo, you get a royalty payment for that photo. So let's say you have 100 photos on Shutterstock. Every time a client downloads one photo of yours, you get 25 cents. So you can imagine if you have a big library of photos that are used, these royalty payments can start adding up. And of course you can keep on taking new photos and keep on adding to the library you have, and make passionate income that way. Other area you may not know about, or you might, but you might not realize how lucrative it can be, is creating designs. So if you design a design that is put on a t-shirt, a baseball cap, a hoodie, or mug, or bag, or phone, or case, whatever, you can get a royalty payment every time that product is sold with your design on it. So a quick example, for example, is if you design a particular design for a t-shirt and sell it on Merch by Amazon through their program, you get about $5 royalty for every $20 t-shirt that they sell. And basically they don't need you to do anything else except for they want people to provide designs that they can put on t-shirts, and then you can keep on you design that one design, and you can they will keep on selling it on their t-shirts, and you just get royalty every time the t-shirt sells, and you don't have to do anything with the marketing or anything like that. So if you hit a design that is cool, you can actually make pretty good bank on that. So let's talk about one more area of passionate income, and this is real estate. So I'm not going to spend too much time on this because in many cases this is something that requires more of an upfront investment. But let me at least give you a couple of ideas what you could do here, even with the smaller investment upfront. So a real estate rental income is one passive income stream that people have made lots of money on. So if you have the money, you can buy a place and you can rent it out, and then you basically the rental income becomes your passive income. Or you can rent a room in your house. So if you have an extra room that you're not using, you can rent it out. And if you live in San Francisco, you have an extra closet, you can probably rent that out and make thousands of dollars on that. You can rent out rooms on Airbnb, or if you have an extra house, you can rent out your house on Airbnb and make good money through that rental. There's also sites where you can participate in crowd-funded rental properties. So there's companies such as Fundrise and Diversifund, where you can invest in rental properties without having to buy the property yourself. So it's these companies, they pool resources from several smaller investors to then invest in rental properties, and then you get a percentage of the proceeds. And with these, just you have to do your research because they do charge fees. So just make sure you do your due diligence before investing. So we've talked about a lot of different things. So with the passive income streams, the important things to keep in mind is always focus on providing the maximum value, because if you're providing value, people see that, they will tell their friends, and they will tell other people, and that will increase your market share. Secondly, keep on creating. So if you create one income stream, don't stop there. Keep on creating different income streams and stack these income streams, and try things that you have not tried before, because it's like you may be super comfortable with one area, But if you give yourself a chance and try something you haven't done before, for example, you might find that you absolutely love it. So don't stop with things that you've tried before. Try new things and see how it goes. And we're going to do this in the future episodes. And remember, it is a process. So don't expect the outcome of, magically I replaced my income with passionate income streams overnight. It is a process, but if you go through the process, you will ultimately get the outcome. So it's a matter of patience, putting in the work, and just having fun doing it. And that's how you will get your financial freedom. So thank you so much for listening and being here, and I hope this was helpful, and I will see you next week. Thank you.